Have you ever felt your heart pounding after someone disrespected you in front of others? That sudden heat rising in your chest, the urge to fight back, or to disappear completely. We've all been there. It's your body's ancient alarm system, the fight or flight response, kicking in to protect you. But in today's world, most of those alarms are false, and reacting to every trigger can quietly destroy your peace. What if I told you? The Stoics, masters of calm and clarity, trained themselves to ignore these very triggers, to pause, reflect, and rise above. In this space, you'll learn how to do the same, to reclaim your emotional freedom, one choice at a time. So if you're on a journey to become calmer, stronger, and less reactive, tap subscribe. You're not alone here. This is Daily Stoic Tactics, and we're walking this path together. As for the first trigger the Stoic teaches us to ignore, it's one we all know too well: being insulted, criticized, mocked, misunderstood, or belittled, sometimes by people we barely know, other times by those we thought we could trust. And it doesn't always come loud. Sometimes it's wrapped in sarcasm, a backhanded compliment, a silent dismissal, that awkward pause in a room that tells you you weren't really welcome. Then there's the digital kind, a random comment from a stranger, a like that never came, a post ignored, an opinion ridiculed by someone hiding behind a screen. In that moment, something tightens in your chest. You want to reply. You want to prove them wrong. You want to shout, or shut down, or show them that they don't get to make you feel this way. And that's exactly when the Daily Stoic reminds us. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Let that settle for a second. The words are ancient, but the wisdom is timeless. It's not what they said. It's not even what they meant. It's what you believe about their words that creates the storm inside. The Stoic doesn't deny that words can sting, but he refuses to hand over the keys to his peace. He doesn't react because someone tried to provoke him. He doesn't fight every battle because someone threw a stone. He remembers, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Not every insult is worth your energy. Not every critic deserves a reply. Some things are better left unanswered, not because you're weak, but because your peace is stronger than their noise. And the truth is, people who lash out often carry battles of their own. Their anger, it's theirs to heal, not yours to absorb. You are not the mirror of their misery. You are the guardian of your own soul. The Daily Stoic teaches us this not just to sound wise, but because there is strength in restraint, power in stillness, and freedom in walking away without feeling the need to explain yourself. So the next time someone throws shade at your light, remember, their words do not define your worth. Their voice is not your identity. And your silence, sometimes that's the most powerful response of all. This is what it means to live with intention, to remain calm in a world that constantly wants your reaction, to build a mind so steady that even criticism becomes weightless. So breathe, let it pass, and walk on. You're not here to be moved by every wave. You're here to become the ocean. Now, let's talk about the second trigger the Stoic trains us to meet with stillness. Sudden change, uncertainty, the things that pull the rug out from under you when you least expect it. It shows up when you open that email and realize your job is gone, when your partner says, "We need to talk," and suddenly, forever has an end date, when the car breaks down, when the bills come faster than the income, when the life you pictured starts to slip through your hands like sand. Everything you were counting on shifts, and your first instinct is to resist. You want to cling to the old version of life, the familiar, the safe, the expected, because in change, there's a kind of grief, not just for what's lost, but for what might no longer be. But here's what the Stoics knew, deeply and unshakably. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That's from Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who lost children, fought wars, survived plagues, and still chose to protect the one thing he could: his inner world. What does that mean for us? It means that change will come, whether we're ready or not. But suffering, that part is optional. You can't stop the storm, but you can stop telling yourself that the storm will destroy you. This mindset isn't about pretending things don't hurt. It's about asking better questions when they do. Instead of, "Why is this happening to me?" Try, what can this teach me? Instead of, I wasn't prepared for this. Try, I am being given a chance to grow stronger now. The Stoic understands that nothing in life is truly fixed. Jobs come and go. People change. Plans fall apart. But the mind, trained and resilient, can remain grounded through it all. And it's not just about acceptance. It's about adaptation. When life changes direction, the Stoic doesn't freeze. He moves. He adjusts. He lets go of what he thought should be and embraces what is. Because there is power in flexibility. Power in seeing what others miss. Opportunity hidden inside disruption. Growth where others only see loss. You didn't choose the event, but you can choose your story about it. You can be the one who bends, but does not break. The one who turns endings into beginnings. The one who understands. Every closed door leads you back to yourself. So if you've lost something recently, if you feel like the ground beneath you is shifting, if the future seems unclear and you're tempted to give in to fear, pause, breathe, remind yourself you are not powerless. You still own the most important thing, your mind. And with it, you can choose to respond instead of react, to learn instead of panic, to move forward, even when the path looks different than you expected. The Stoics didn't escape life's challenges. They simply learned how to face them without losing themselves. And so can you. So next time change shows up uninvited, welcome it like a guest that has something to teach, because it always does. And you, more than you know, are ready to learn. Now let's talk about the third trigger the daily Stoic mindset helps us ignore: feeling left out or being rejected. It doesn't matter how strong you are, this one stings. When you reach out and no one reaches back, when you're scrolling and you see their smiles at a party you weren't invited to, when the message you sent gets left unread and nothing follows, when you finally open up and the person walks away, when someone chooses not to see you. It's the kind of wound that doesn't show on the outside, but it can linger inside for days, weeks, sometimes years, because it taps into that deeply human fear. That maybe we're not enough, not good enough, not interesting enough, not lovable enough. And in those moments, your mind starts writing a story. You weren't chosen, so you must not matter. You were left out, so you must not belong. They walked away, so maybe everyone will. But listen, the Stoic would stop you right there. If you are distressed by anything external, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In other words, it's not the rejection itself that hurts most. It's what we think it means about us. And this is where everything changes, because you can't control who accepts you, but you can always control what you accept as true. The Stoic doesn't chase validation. They don't measure their worth by invitations, followers, or attention. They measure their life by how well they've lived it in line with their values. And when rejection comes, as it always will, they don't fall apart. They stand still. They breathe. They remind themselves, this moment is not about my value. It's about someone else's preferences, perceptions, or limitations. Rejection, the Stoic believes, is not punishment. It's redirection. It clears paths you were never meant to walk. It removes people who were never truly with you. It opens space for relationships that are rooted in truth, not convenience. When you're ghosted, when the invitation never arrives, when you feel like the world is turning without you, you have two choices. Let the silence define your worth, or let it deepen your clarity about who you are. The Stoic chooses the second, always, because they know that approval is a moving target. What pleases one person today may not tomorrow. What impresses the world this year will be forgotten the next. But living by your principles, honesty, courage, patience, compassion, that builds a self-respect that no one can take away. You may not be everyone's favorite. You may not be included in every group or loved by every person, but you are still whole, still worthy, still here, and that is enough. So the next time rejection knocks on your door, don't rush to shut it out. Pause. Ask yourself, what is this making space for? What truth is being revealed to me? And remind yourself, you are not what they decide. You are what you consistently choose. Choose dignity. Choose grace. Choose to keep walking, even when the path is quieter than you hoped, because the Stoic walks forward without needing applause. They are not swayed by noise or silence, praise or neglect. They are grounded in something stronger than popularity. They are grounded in purpose. And so are you. Now let's talk about the fourth trigger, one that creeps into our day more often than we realize: losing control of a situation. Maybe it starts with something small. You wake up late. Your phone won't turn on. The app crashes during your video call. You're sitting in traffic, already late, watching the seconds slip by as the light turns red again. Maybe it's something bigger, a canceled flight that throws your entire schedule into chaos, a delivery that didn't arrive, a project that didn't save, a client who backs out at the last minute, plans you've spent weeks arranging, falling apart in minutes. And before you can stop it, you feel that tension rise. The mind starts racing. The heart tightens. You clench your jaw, because this wasn't how it was supposed to go. You had a plan. You had a vision. You were doing everything right. And still, life didn't cooperate. We've all felt that frustration, that helplessness, that internal storm when things go off course. Because deep down, we all carry this quiet expectation that if we work hard, stay organized, follow the rules, everything should go smoothly. But the Stoic sees things differently. They know that smooth seas aren't promised. And control, real control, is never about the weather. It's about the sailor. Epictetus put it plainly: make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. That's not passivity. That's precision. That's wisdom. You see, the Stoic doesn't waste energy yelling at the clouds. They focus on the sails, the wheel, the course ahead. They ask, what is still mine to influence? My attitude, my choices, my words, my breath. That's where freedom lives. Not in controlling everything, but in controlling what truly matters. Because when your flight gets canceled, you can complain endlessly. Or you can find a quiet corner and read that book you've been meaning to finish. When the meeting gets postponed, you can spiral into stress. Or you can take the extra time to reflect, to prepare, to reset. When the traffic is unbearable, you can rage at every horn and red light. Or you can pause, breathe, and reclaim that moment for calm. It's not always easy. We're human. We crave order. We like things to go our way. But the Stoic reminds us, it's in the moments we don't get our way that we have the greatest opportunity to grow. Life will throw wrenches. Technology will fail. People will cancel. Plans will unravel. But how you respond, that's your sacred space. That's where character is forged. So when things fall apart, don't fall with them. Be the stillness in the storm. Be the one who adapts, not reacts. Who bends, but does not break. Train your mind to ask, what is mine to change? And what must I accept? This shift isn't weakness. It's strength. Because it takes more courage to stay calm than to lose yourself in chaos. And when you build that kind of inner stability, you stop needing the world to be stable. You stop clinging to control and start embodying resilience. So the next time life flips the script, remember this: you don't need the world to cooperate in order to find peace. You just need to stop giving it the power to take your peace away. That's Stoicism. That's mastery. That's freedom. So here's the truth. The world will always hand you reasons to react. A careless insult, an unexpected change, a closed door, a moment gone wrong. You can't control how others act. You can't predict every twist in the road. You can't always fix what breaks. But you can choose what you become in the process. You can choose not to be shaken, not to be dragged into every argument, or thrown off by every change, or defined by every rejection. You can choose to be grounded, even when the world isn't. That's the Stoic path. Not coldness, not numbness, but presence, power, peace. Every trigger is a test. Every test is an invitation. And every invitation is a chance to rise, to grow into the person you promised yourself you'd be. So if this spoke to you, if it helped you step back, breathe deeper, and return to yourself, then don't just scroll on. Tap that like button. Hit subscribe, not just for the algorithm, but for you. for the part of you that wants to live more calmly, more wisely, more intentionally. Every week, we share new Stoic tactics, timeless wisdom to help you master your mind, face challenges with clarity, and move through this noisy world with grace. So stay with us, because growth doesn't happen in one moment. It happens in the quiet, consistent choices, in showing up, in remembering. Remember this: you don't need to be fearless. You just need to be steady. You don't need to control everything. You just need to control you. Stay grounded, stay calm, and stay stoic. We're right here with you. Until next time.